relationship distance. Today, we are going to lift the marks on the human behavior and see the real emotion behind the behavior of fear of closeness. That's um, avoidant attachment. If you are watching the replay or you're joining me live right now, thank you for being here. In day one, we talked about the reasons, we talked about the emotions. I just got a news that a close friend lost her dad. So please pardon me if I'm a bit moody. So in day one, we discussed the emotions behind why people suddenly shut down or go shut down or pull away from us. And we said the reason could be that they are either experiencing emotional overwhelm or that they are being exhibiting the habit of core insecurity. However, if you haven't watched that replay of day one, do make sure you watch it. Now, people who are avoidant or an avoidant person isn't necessarily a mean or heartless person. The people we call avoidant person are those that social media community have tagged toxic people in relationships. So avoidant person aren't necessarily mean or heartless people. They are people who have learned early in life that um, depending on people is dangerous. So they they don't depend on anybody. So when they are in a relationship and that relationship gets close or becomes very emotional, their brain begins to panic and they see this as so they tend to interpret love as they see love as a trap. However, these are the signs we should look out for when so that we can know when somebody, if they are the one being exhibiting avoidant attachment style. That's we have the fear of closeness, or we are currently in a relationship with someone who is actually displaying the fear of closeness. One of the signs to look out for is that an avoidant person is hyper independent. They are too independent. These people they take pride in doing things all by themselves. They never ask for help. They don't even open up when they are going through pains. And then, so the emotion behind this is that if I do not need you, like the emotion behind this is that they believe that if they get emotionally attached to you or if they start depending on you, you might leave them. So in their mindset, they are saying, if I do not need you, you will not hurt me. That is what they are doing when they don't depend on you. And then the second one is I'm quite emotional right now. Pardon me, I lost somebody, but I had to just come on live this evening because I've already scheduled it. So the second sign we should look out for is they play dead during an argument. Like maybe you are in an argument, you are in a relationship, and then you are arguing over a particular line of thought. These people, they might not even fight with you. They will not argue. They can just stare blankly at you, or they completely go silent or leave that environment. What is happening emotionally at this moment is that they are emotionally overload. They have emotional overload. They lack the communication tools to process this deep, intense emotion. So they retreat to self-regulate like yesterday. Another one that another sign that we should look out for is their withdrawal. They withdraw when the relationship gets serious. You probably just had a nice time or you had a deep conversation. The next thing you know, or you had an intimate moment, what an avoidant person will do is that they will withdraw or they start behaving distant. They start getting more busier with their work and then they don't chat or they don't even reply to chats. So the golden rule here is that if for people like this, we don't chase after them. Don't chase after them. Give them space because what they are trying to do is they are trying to self-regulate to like get better. So if they are building a wall, if when people build a wall of silence, chasing after them to crash that wall, make them raise their wall even more higher. So when you encounter people like this, the next best thing for you to do is to tell them, I observe that need space. You need your space. So I'm going to have to give you space right now so that you do whatever it is that you said to yourself. And when you are okay, I'll still be around. This way, you are allowing them climb their own walls on their own pace, like in their own terms. It's not like you are forcing them to come around, because when you try to force conversation with people who are avoidant in nature, you are pushing them even more further. So have you ever experienced this? Good evening. Welcome to Conversation with Inny. I might be a bit shaky because I just got the news that I lost somebody and I'd already scheduled this live. I just said I should just come, and for the sake of people who might be anticipating this. So I value every one of you that are joining me live right now. So can you see any of these signs in you, or are you currently dating with these signs I've mentioned? Like they are super independent. They play dead when there's an argument, and then excuse me, and then they withdraw when the relationship gets serious. Have you seen this in any relationship before, or are you the one who has um exhibited this attribute? I'd like to know your experience. Maybe kindly indicate in the comments so we can talk about it. Thank you for your time. I'm really not in my best state right now, but I want to say thank you to everyone that joined this live right now. I've got to I'll be going a bit earlier than I had scheduled. So tomorrow, hopefully I will be in a better shape. Tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. West African time, we'll be taking this topic a bit further. We'll be looking at what happened when these emotions collide. Remember in day one, we talked about the two emotions we often confuse when people shut down on us: emotional overwhelm or core insecurity. So today, we actually talked about the signs that people who are emotionally avoidant play, so that we know these things when we are in a relationship, or when whether it's a friend, a colleague at work, or anybody is displaying these emotions towards us. So please do well to subscribe so that tomorrow we'll make it a day. Same time, 9 p.m. West African time. So what we'll be doing, we'll talk about what will happen when an avoidant person meets somebody who's running after them, chasing after them to break the wall. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss it. Like I said, have you seen any of these signs in display in any of the relationships you've been? Have you experienced this? Have you experienced an avoidant person? Remember, we said they are not necessarily mean people. They are not necessarily heartless people. They are people who have learned over time to not depend on people, because they know that depending on people means that people will eventually fail them. So they learn to do things by themselves. They do not ask for help. Neither do they tell you when they are going through challenges. They don't open up when they have a problem. These are the characteristics of an avoidant person. And also, they will not argue with you in that relationship. They can shut down, they can leave, or they can just be staring at you. While you are talking, they will just be staring, like they'll just stare at you. They are not saying any word, they are not contributing, they are frozen, they are on a freeze mood. And what is happening emotionally is that they have crashed out because the emotion is too intense for them to handle. So more like a recap of what we intend to talk about tonight, or we intended to talk about tonight. And please make sure you make it a day with me tomorrow, 9 p.m. West African time. When these two people meet, the ones that are avoiding people, they're avoiding closeness, they fear being close to people, they get scared when their relationship gets intense, becomes emotional, or gets too close. And then the people who are chasing after them, when they begin to withdraw. So we are going to check what these signs are, what the result is going to be tomorrow. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss it. And we'll have a better composure by the grace of God tomorrow to converse. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for making it a night with me on Conversation with Inny. If you are ready to find the word and break the silence, that is the reason why we are here. We're here so that in a relationship, whatever form of relationship it is, when we get to know the emotions in display, we'll be able to tell the behavior that they are, we'll be able to decode their behavior and then find the exact word or find the words that are nearly close to what they want to hear so that we'll break the silence that this not knowing that this lack of emotional intelligence causes us in a relationship. Most relationships are suffering because we are not able to speak the emotional language our partners want. So please, if you are ready to find the word and break the silence, make it a day with me. Same time, West African time tomorrow on day 3 of the psychology of relationship distance. Thank you for your time. So if you've got any question for me, you can write in the comments. Or if you've had experience like this, you can indicate in the comment section below. Or and if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscription button. I do need your subscription. And if you can relate it, whatever it is that we have experienced, do not fail to hit the subscription button. So I'll just give us few minutes to see if anyone has got question for us, and if there's no question, we'll call it a night or a day, because to some person elsewhere it is a day. Thank you again for your time.